Okay. Anyway, of course, first we want to give praises to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who's blessed us to be of the fortunate few to be Muslim, because we are of the chosen few. If you think about it, look, we're here, and how many people are out there? You see, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is definitely He's blessed us to be Muslim, to know of His oneness, because we have so many people who swear that He's three in one. And they say, unless you're saved by the blood, right, that you're not going to go to paradise. And that's totally opposite of what we believe in our Tawheed, in our understanding of Allah's oneness. Totally against what they believe. My brother can tell you the first commandment, where it says, I am the Lord thy God, thou shalt know the gods before me. Thou shalt have no graven images of me that are like to the heaven or the sea below. For I am a jealous God. This is what it says, the first commandment. So you see, they have the first commandment, they have the truth, but yet, you know, if you were to ask my mother, she said, no, Jesus. I said, Mom, but Jesus is not God. Yes, Jesus is the Son of God. And would swear on it. And I don't know if any of you have accepted Islam and have Christian parents, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So it shows us the power. It shows us the power of Shaitaan and his ability to be able to fool the people. Now, so we give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for allowing us to bear witness to His oneness, because that's great. That's the most greatest thing in the world. And in the second, we want to give blessings upon the Prophet alayhi salam, because it was through his dawah and him bringing the final message that we now sit here together and we call each other brother. And just to recap, myself, I come here just as a reminder. Our religion is only a religion of reminder. We remind each other, brother, this like this, and we remind each other in a very polite way. And this is what our deen is. It's a deen of reminding, to remind each other every now and then, because we forget. So I came here just to remind, as a reminder, not as a teacher of anything of the deen, because you probably know more deen than me. The first thing I want to talk about is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His greatness. And sometimes we lose track of, or we put Allah, subconsciously, we put Allah in a box. Like the Christians put Allah on the cross, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem, or the Catholics, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem, in their book for the catechism, there's a picture of God, white, long hair, long beard, with a stick. And that's what they say. They draw a picture of God. SubhanAllah. So Shaitan through his whispers and man through his ignorance, we do the stupidest things. My mother used to say, stupid is what stupid does. We do stupid things, man. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you take this earth, I think the largest mountain in Africa is Kilimanjaro. That's the largest, how many? MashaAllah. And we see that greatness, yeah? And in the deepest valley, I don't know what's the deepest valley here in Africa. I know in America it's the Grand Canyon. It's like, I think it's like 3 miles, 1.5 miles down. And I remember when the first time I saw this, And I just heard this hadith, what I'm getting ready to tell you. I just heard this hadith. And when I saw the Grand Canyon, when you see it, people just, they just go, because they can't believe it. This big hole in the ground. So everybody's mouth opens up. I immediately went into sujood. Because I just heard this, I was listening to this brother's talk on the radio, on the cassette. And I saw it, I went into sujood, because I was thinking how great Allah is. Now we take this earth, all of this earth, and our sun and the moon, and Jupiter and Mars and all these planets, and then you have the galaxy, which we're in the Milky Way galaxy, and you keep going, and people found out there are thousands of galaxies like ours. Thousands. Thousands. And all this is done by kun fayakun. Allah doesn't have a warehouse. He says, be and it is. Kun fayakun. So you take this galaxy and you take the other galaxies and you keep going. Keep going up, 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 and you pass all these galaxies and you just keep going up. Till you can't go no further. And then you come to the first heaven. And we know we have 7 heavens. And the distance between the first heaven and the second heaven is 500,000 travels, miles or days, travel. And between the second and the third, there's another 500,000. And of course, each heaven gets larger and larger and larger as it goes up. And between the third and the fourth, another 500,000. And between the fourth and the fifth, another 500,000. And between the fifth and the sixth, another 500,000. And between the sixth and the seventh, another 500,000. Think about that. Think about that. And we all know Ayat al-Kursi, right? And we know, what is the Kursi? And you're right, because everybody thinks that. Everybody thinks that. Everyone thinks that. You're right. No. The Kursi is the footstool. I'm not comparing Allah's arsh to, I'm just so that you can picture it in your mind. If you know your grandfather's chair, you have that big chair, and then the thing that he puts his foot on, that's the Kursi. That's the footstool. That's the footstool. And everything I just mentioned, the 7th heaven, of course, and this is where we all want to go, inshallah. I pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bless us all to meet there one day. Ameen. That's Jannatul Firdaus. That's Jannatul Firdaus. Because Jannatul Firdaus is under the arsh. The arsh is the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now my brothers, now stay with me right now. Allah's footstool covers everything I just told you. The 7 heavens, coming down to the galaxies, all that is under the footstool. All of that is under Allah's footstool. And the arsh, the throne of Allah, compared to the footstool, is no more than a ring. May I see your ring? That's a key ring. No more than a ring. No more than a ring thrown into the desert. So if I take a ring, this is not the desert, of course, but I take this ring and I throw it, so the ring's there, and everything else is Allah's throne. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is above His throne. Allah is above His throne. So when we bow our head down, this is what we're bowing our head down to. We're not, no images of whatever we can imagine in our mind what Allah looks like. He's above that. He's more than that. Anything that we can imagine in our minds, Allah is above that, more than that. It's important for us to know how great Allah is. Why is it important to know? Because Allah's forgiveness is so great. And there's nothing that we can do that Allah cannot forgive us for. There's no sin greater than what Allah can forgive. None. So my brothers, in saying this, we're not angels. And Allah did not create us as angels. He created us humans. And we slip and fall and we sin. How many of you like to breathe? How many of you like breathing? You know breathing? How many of you like, you don't like breathing, bro? What's up, black man? You don't like to breathe, man? Or maybe you just don't understand this American accent of mine. As much as you love breathing, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves to forgive. As much as you love breathing, Allah loves to forgive. This is how much Allah loves. And He said that if you didn't seek His forgiveness, He'd just wipe us out and put a creation that would. So the thing is, we have to never lose hope of Allah's forgiveness. And the things that we do at night, if it's between us and Allah, keep it between us and Allah. Don't go out and tell your sins. And the thing is that you know what you do. And Allah will forgive you if you ask Allah to forgive you for it. Shaitaan. Who's Shaitaan? Who was Iblis? Anybody can help me? Who was Iblis? Who's Iblis? Who's Shaitaan? Who was he? Yes, mashallah. Good. Yes, he was a jinn. He was a jinn. A lot of people, because the Christians say that he was a fallen angel, people say, oh, he was an angel, a fallen angel. No, he wasn't an angel. He was a jinn. He was, and we know that the jinn are created from what? The jinn are created from fire, right? And he created the angels from light. And he created us from dirt. Now the thing is about Shaitaan, how you doing, bro? You okay? You all right? You all right? All right. All right. Alhamdulillah. The thing that we need to know about Shaitaan is, in the beginning, his worship was so tight, his worship was so real, that Allah allowed him to mingle with the angels. His worship, he loved Allah so much. He loved Allah so much that he was allowed to mingle with the angels. Now that's some love, man. That is some love. That's some deep love, man. How many humans of us could do something like that? That our worship could be so tight that Allah would invite us to the heavens. SubhanAllah. So his worship was so tight that Allah allowed him to mingle with the angels. That's a deep thing, you know? Now, what's your name, brother? Umar. Let's say Brother Umar was the only black man in London. Brother Umar is the only black man in London. Everybody else is white. Umar the man. Whenever Umar walked down the street, yo, Umar, how you doing, Umar? Hello, Umar. How are you? How you doing? Umar the man. The only black one in England. He the man. Everybody loved Umar. Umar, whoa, look at you, mashallah. Now, what's your name? Yunus. Now Yunus come on the set. Now Umar like, yo, what up to this, man? And now everybody's saying Yunus, not Umar. So now Umar is saying, yo, what you doing up here, man? You know, this is my London. This is my London. you're going to have to get out of here. Because that's natural. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He created Adam, Adam was huge. He was huge. He was huge. And he just laid there. For a long time, for years, he laid there. He just laid there. Allah let him sit. And the Shaitaan saw this Adam. And he'd walk around him. He would go through him because he was hollow. He would go through him. But when he saw Adam, that hate, that envy started growing in his heart. To the point when Allah blew His spirit into Adam, He told His creation to bow down to Adam. And all the creation bowed down but Iblis. Iblis said, no, not me. He said, you created me of fire, and you created him of dirt. How do you expect me to bow down to him? I'm better than him. Now, my brothers, you come from a country of apartheid that was based on that system that I'm better than you. So therefore, you know, this is for us, this is for them, this is for them, this is for them, and this is for you. The system was based on that. And how long did they have this system? Myself, I come from America, and I'm sure you know the history, how I'm black. I call myself an African American. But if you ask me what tribe you come from or where you come from, I don't have any idea. I don't know. I just know 300 years of slavery that my family went through. And I have, in the back of my head, I have some psychological damage. And so do you from this apartheid. Even though you don't think you do, you do. And the thing is, my brothers, we have to learn to love who we are. We need to learn to love who we are. We need to know that black is beautiful. There ain't nothing wrong with being black, or colored, or tan. There's nothing wrong with that. And the thing is that we want to try to be so close to being light or being bright or being white. We forget about who we are, and we no longer love ourselves. And you say, who this joker from America come tell us something like this? Look at your statistics here in South Africa, here in Joburg, the black on black crime. And it's just the same in New York or Philadelphia or California. Black on black crime is up. And why is that? Evidently it's because we don't love each other, man. Because you ain't gonna kill somebody you love. So the thing is that we need to learn how to, first to love ourselves. And then once we're able to love ourselves, then I can want from my brother what I want from myself. And that's the deen of Islam. After the Shahada, everything is based on wanting for your brother what you want for yourself. That's what it's about. And how do I do that if I don't love myself? How am I love you and I don't love myself? How am I going to want for you that I want for myself? How am I going to do that? Not possible. But alhamdulillah, you know, this deen of Islam is the right way. And it's the only, as my brother Malcolm X said, the deen of Islam is the only deen, the only cure for racism. If we accept Islam, it's the only cure for racism. Now, Shaitaan, he is so slick, he fooled our parents. He fooled our parents, Adam and Eve, from paradise. Right? And everybody be saying, well, I mean, if I was Adam, I wouldn't have did that. If I was Adam, no way I would have did that. That's not true. How many laws do we have where Allah says is haram and don't do? We do it. Subhanallah. Subhanallah. Give me 5 on that, bro. Give me my change. Subhanallah. Every night and day we doing something Allah told us not to do, and we just, oh yeah, malish. So the thing is, Shaitaan, he said, after he refused, Allah told him to leave. He says, Ya Allah, he says, please, repraise me. Give me to Judgment Day. And Allah said, okay, you have those. He said, good, I'm happy that you. Now, I'm going to whisper to these jokers like, yo, man, it's okay. Go ahead and do that thing. You a man. You can do whatever you want to do. Do as thou will. So he's going to whisper to the left and to the right, front and behind. He whispers, man. He whispers. Psst, psst, psst. It's okay. Just one more time. It's okay. Why? You can go ahead and drink that. Go ahead and drink that. Go ahead. Just this last time, you could just do one more drink. One more puff. One more snort. Just one more. Just one more. Celebrate. Celebrate. But today is Youth Day. Celebrate. It's okay. Go ahead, celebrate. You can ask for forgiveness tomorrow. That's how he works. He whispers. And he throws us all off. But the thing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that what? He said, all but those who truly believe, they can have my forgiveness. All those who truly believe. He's going to be able to take all those people. Excuse me. Look at these people, man. All these people out there that are non-Muslims. Look at them. How many? Excuse me. How many? How many? How many out in the streets? Lost. Totally lost and turned out, man. And they live on the whispers of Shaitaan. Shaitaan whispered to them and they, oh, that's a great idea. Now I can go do this and do this and do this, and I can steal this and do this, and I can do that, I can sell this. I mean, great ideas that they think they get from the Shaitaan. And it's what he does. Because he said, Ya Allah, I'm going to show you this man. I want to show you how grateful this man is. How many of us give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the things he's done for us? The fact that we can breathe, the fact that we can see, the fact that we're alive. SubhanAllah, the fact that we have our health, we have our eyes, we can. Allah deserves all praises, all thanks. But then we forget. We tend to forget. See, as humans, we tend to forget. We forget. So I say, my brother, you love Allah? You love the Prophet Muhammad? Yeah, I love the Prophet Muhammad. Yeah, I love the Prophet Muhammad. I love him. I say, yo, bro, did you read the seerah? Did you read about the Prophet's life? Oh, man, why you want to ask such a hard question like that? Man, when I was little, I read about the Prophet. Muhammad. How are you going to love the Prophet if we don't read about him, we don't know about him? We don't know about him. We don't know. How are we going to love him? We got to read his life, read about his companions. They set examples for us. How are we going to understand this deen if we don't understand about the companions who learned the deen from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? How? So we need to read. The first ayat of Quran, Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Read. How many of us like to read? We don't even read no more. Now everything is on this little stupid thing here. They call it smart, but it's very stupid. It makes us very stupid. Everything is on this thing. This, you know what I'm saying? You look at the people, man. Everybody's like, Nobody wants to read no more. Nobody wants to try to understand no more. We gotta, instead of trying to be so modern, I'm not saying give it up. Technology is good if we use it the right way. I'm saying it makes a very poor master. Just like money. My mother used to tell me, money is a very poor master, but a very good servant. And the same thing with this technology. So, we covered Allah, we covered Shaitaan, and we covered Allah's mercy. Allah's mercy is very great. He says, O son of Adam, as long as you have hope in me, and as long as you ask me and have hope in me, I will forgive you for what you have done. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Bismillah. O son of Adam, as long as you call on me and have hope in me and ask me for forgiveness, I will forgive you, and I will not mind. O son of Adam, were your sins to reach from the earth to the sky, anana sama, that means way up to the sky, and were you to turn to me and ask for forgiveness, I will forgive you. O son of Adam, if your sins were to be if you were to commit an earth full of sins and turn to me, not associating partners with me, I will forgive you with forgiveness as near as great as it. So you see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves to forgive. This is what He does. He's created us. He's created mercy. He created mercy in 100 parts. He created mercy in 100 parts. And you cut it up. He placed one drop of mercy on this earth. That's the mercy that started from the beginning of our lives to the beginning of mankind to the end. That one part of mercy. The other 99 He kept for Himself. He kept the other part, 99 He kept for Himself. That one part covers the mercy of the whole world, from the beginning of the end to it. The other 99 He kept for Himself. On His throne, He says that my mercy overrules my wrath. My mercy overrules my wrath. So the thing is, Ya Ikhwan, really, we have to learn to turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and ask Him for forgiveness. If the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam could ask Allah for forgiveness between 70 to 100 times a day, what about us? What about us? We need to turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and ask Him to forgive us. And the best time to do it is you wake up at night, in the middle of the night when the house is quiet, that the time of Tahajjud, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He descends down. He descends down to the seventh heaven, and He asked His servants, He says, "Oh my servants, what can I do for you?" It's about 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. What are we doing? We're sleeping. We need to get up. We got a problem. Take it to the rug. If you got a problem, take it to the rug, man. I tell you, the most beautiful thing about Islam, when I accepted Islam, it was like when you're pumping weights, and you got that last one, right? That last one is so heavy. It's on your chest, When I accepted Islam, it was like, I can breathe, man. Because now I can be kind. I can be kind to my brother and not be a chump. I can cry and still be a man. I can put my head down on the ground and beg Allah and know that He's listening. How many gangsters are going to be in heaven? How many gangsters are going to make it to heaven? How many of these rap stars, Tupac Shakur and Toop Diddley and Snoopy Dogg and all these other people, these silly names, how many of these jokers going to make it to heaven unless they turn to Islam? There's so much dunya, man. And the thing about the dunya, I got 3 more minutes. The thing about the dunya is you can't take it with you when you go. You can have a big house, you can get that Mercedes or that BMW, you can have a beautiful wife, you have kids, you know what I'm saying? But when you die, that beautiful wife of yours, if she's real beautiful, she's going to get married to somebody else. That BMW going to go to your son. That house, she'll probably sell it. And all you're going to be left in your grave. And when the angel of death, after the angel of death comes and you're in your grave, and the angels come and ask you, who is your Lord? Min Rabbak. Min Rabbak. Are we going to be that man to be saying, honey, I remember what the people used to say. I remember. Just give me a minute. And then, boom! Hit you with that hammer. Your head splits. Then it comes back. Min Rasuluk. I know. Give me 1 minute. I know. I remember what my neighbor used to say. I remember what. Boom! Come back together again. So it's Min Rabbuk, Min Dinak, Min Rasuluk. Min Rasuluk. Yeah, okay. Min Rasuluk. Who was your prophet? Oh, I got that one. Jesus. Boom! Yes, and it continues. It's a cycle. Over and over again. Guy Kwan, my time is up. I want to thank you very much for taking the time just to listen to me with my reminder, and it is a reminder because I'm talking and my ears are closer to me than they are to you. This thing is a reminding. We should always remind each other. And my brothers, please, let us not be like crabs in a barrel. Everybody see crabs in a barrel? Crabs in a barrel is interesting. It's something that my mother used to always say. Well, we're like crabs in a barrel. We're like crabs in a barrel. We're like crabs in a barrel. I never quite understood what I used to say, yes, Mama, yes, we're like crabs in the barrel. Because she used to say, yes, Mama, we're like crabs in the barrel. But it wasn't until I went to a fish store and I saw this guy had a barrel of crabs that I really understood what she meant by crabs in the barrel. It's interesting because when one crab tries to get out, the other crabs will pull it back in. It's amazing. And I sat there for about 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. I sat and watched. And the owner told me, he said, look, you're going to be here all day. Those crabs aren't going nowhere. So my brothers, we need to learn to love each other, to love ourselves, to love each other. And when you see a brother who's doing good, man, pull him up. Don't pull him down. And just remember, when you get up, don't make your head so big that you can't fit through the door, that you become Sheikh so-and-so or Molana so-and-so. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep that balance. We got to keep that balance. Don't let it be so, now I'm Molana so-and-so. I got to have a masjid. I got to have a BMW. I got to have 2 houses because my 2 wives. You got to remain humble, brother. Because we know that anyone with pride in his heart, when he dies, anyone with pride, even this much pride, this much, it's going to be like trying to put a camel through the eye of a needle. And the one who memorized Quran and was the scholar of Islam, and he's out doing his thing, giving the dawah to the people, And Allah said, why you do all that? Ya Allah, I did it because of you, because I wanted to praise you and bring the people to Islam. He said, no, you didn't. You did it because you wanted the people to say so-and-so and so-and-so about so-and-so and so-and-so, and you were so-and-so. And he dragged them to the hellfire. This man was Hafiz the Quran, knowledge of Islam. But we have to have sincerity. The best way to give dawah is through our character. That's the best way to give dawah. That is the only way to give dawah, through our character. How do we talk to the people? How do the people see us? Were we kind to the people today? Did I give sadaqah today? Not one day should go by that you don't give sadaqah. Even if it's not money, it's a smile. If it's not smile, it's moving something from the road. It's making the 2 rakats after Fajr, just Shuruq, or Salat al-Duha, those 2 rakats. It's remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ya Ikhwan, let's learn to love ourselves, man. Really. Let's learn to love ourselves so that we can love for our brother what we want for ourselves and spread this deen, because it's your responsibility to spread the deen. Don't let it be on Yom Kippur where you had a maid or you had somebody at your job that you never told him about Islam. He died. On Yom Kippur, what do you think he's going to do? Ya Allah, I know Muhammad. I know him, and he never told me about Islam. He never told me nothing about Islam. It's his fault. Why are you taking me to hell? It's his fault. A drowning man will reach for a leaf to save his life. If a man knows he's going to go to the hellfire, what do you think he's going to do? Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much, Ya Ikhwan. Thank you for allowing me to share my little knowledge that I have in words, and I hope that we're able to come back again and we'll meet again, inshallah. Keep a 2 Ps. I keep my 2 Ps. Always keep my 2 Ps, my promises and my prayers. I promise I will pray for all of you. Of course, I don't know your names, but I do remember this place here, and I do remember what I did here. And I'll ask Allah to bless you when I get back to the Haram. When I get to the Kaaba, inshallah, I will remember you. And I only ask that you pray that I can get back to the Kaaba. Inshallah. Subhanaka Allahumma bihamdika wa ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Thank you very much. Are there any questions? I was told to ask if there's any questions. If anybody has any questions? Yeah, brother.
You mentioned that the test of character is how many people accept Islam, correct?
Say again?
You mentioned that through character,
Yes.
a lot of people accept Islam during this.
During what?
Through one's character.
Yes, through one's character, yes. Yes.
This is the case, and why the people in Makkah never accepted Islam is what they did in Medina.
Why is Medina better than Mecca? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, because our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam had the best of character in Makkah.
Mm-hmm.
But the people there were minute, were like small compared to the people in Medina. So why was this that the people in Makkah never accepted, even though he had the best of character?
Now, that's a good point. Most of the people in Mecca were from his family, right? Most of the people in Mecca was Abu Lahab, Abu Lahab, and Abu Talib, Abu Jahl, right? They were all family, and there were the family was one, but 2 different parts of the family. He came from one part. It was a jealousy thing, a crab in the barrel type thing. And even though, right, because they called him the Amin, they knew. Remember the one time he came and he called the people together and he said, look, if I told you there was an army behind this mountain ready to attack us, would you believe me? And they said, yeah, you're the Amin, yes, we will believe you. He said, well, let me tell you that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent me with a message of Islam. Get out, we don't want this stuff. And you'll find that when you're giving dawah, the hardest people to give dawah to is your family. Especially if you're non-Muslim, and you want to give dawah to your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, they're the hardest. They're the last ones to accept it from you. Your sister's going to tell you, well, What you talking about, boy? I changed your diapers when you were a baby. And your mother's gonna say, you came from my stomach. And your father's gonna say, well, you came from me. You gonna teach me something? The family seems to be the hardest to accept it. That's probably why. And I'm sure there's other reasons that I don't know. But it's definitely through our character, because they knew that the prophet was Amin. They knew it. They knew it. They knew that he wasn't crazy. They knew that he wasn't no magic. It was just jealousy and hate. And that's the same thing I'm talking about now. We get a brother who's now, we get this brother, he's the imam, and like now, before he was okay, and so now he's the imam, now everybody has something to say about him. Oh, look at this guy, he wears his thobe all the way up here, and he recites Quran like this, and we just pick, we just pick things, man, try to bring him down. Alhamdulillah. Any other questions? Yeah.
What recommendations would you give to people doing dawah in this country specifically, and maybe you can assist us with our efforts?
Okay, the best thing to do, I can't keep saying it over and over, it's your character, it has to be your character. What I would suggest, what I usually do, when I was working in the hospital, I would pick a project. A project means I would pick a person who has some softness in his heart, some character, his character is not, you think, maybe if you talk to him about Islam, Allah will bless him to accept Islam. And that's the other thing, to remember that we have to know that it's not us who bring the people to Islam, it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who blesses the people, man. Right? And Allah told the Prophet Muhammad that, because he was feeling sad. He was saying, these people, why are they not accepting my deen? Why are they not accepting this deen? Why? Allah said, Muhammad, if I wanted to, right? If I wanted everybody to be Muslim, I would have made them Muslim. You just give your message, and I'll give the deen to those people who need it. So pick a project, someone that you're going to work on, and you talk to them. And don't talk a long time. I talk too long. I talk 30 minutes, 35 minutes I've talked now. Don't ever talk that long. Just hit them. Don't tell them it's a hadith. Say this, it's an old saying. You're not lying, it is an old saying. If you intend to do something, if you have the intention to do something good, you get blessings for it. And you know that if you intend to do something good and really do it, you get blessings for it. You know that? And subhanAllah, if you intend to do something bad and don't do it, you get blessings for it. Isn't that sweet? Yeah, that's what I believe. That's what my mother told me, man. And leave him with that. A couple of days later, he's going to come back and say, you got anything else? I like that what you told me last time. You got something else to tell me? And you just go fishing, you just keep throwing the bait in, try to pull them in. Nah. So the thing is our character. We got to keep our word. You got to keep your 2 P's. If you promise somebody, keep your promise. If you promise your daughter you're going to take her out to the park, take her out to the park, or don't promise. You promise your wife that you're going to do something for her, talking about wives. Ya Ikhwan. These are our sisters, man. These are our queens. She's your partner, man. She's your partner. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ never hit his wife. Never. And we shouldn't do it either. We should be the most humblest person to our family, man. Your wife, your mother, your grandmother, she loves to hear, I love you. So if you appreciate anything, this one little thing that I said, you go to that person, that female person that's special to you, your mother, your wife, or whoever it is, and you kiss her on the hand, you tell her how much you love her. Because we don't do it enough. We don't do it enough. Alhamdulillah. Any other questions?
Yes.
Yeah, brother.
Like me, I got a problem with the whole family. I am the only Muslim in my family.
Ouch. I know that feeling. I feel your pain. I feel your pain.
Most of my family members, they denounce Islam. Some of them will say you are a Satanist, you worship idols. So when I came to them, I said, you are the one who worships that you don't know.
No.
I worship what I know.
Mm.
Because Islam, it means total surrender and submit to the will
Yes, it does.
of the Most High.
Mm.
So when I grew up in the Christian community, but later on, when Islam came in my mind, I left them.
Mm.
So still now, they still denounce Islam and say it's Satanism, you're not worshiping the real creator, you're worshiping other things the other way around.
Mm.
So what do I need to do to such characters? Because sometimes I think maybe I need to cut short that I will never be with them.
No. No. Whoa. You never cut family ties, bro. We can't. That's not a part of our deen to cut family ties. We cannot cut family ties. Huh? You know, even if they're throwing sticks and stones at you, then you just have to call them on the telephone. But you can't. Don't cut the family ties, bro. And it's only going to be through your character. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be through your character. Pick someone from your family that has that soft. Start with that one. You know, but your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, they're going to be the last ones for sure. They're going to be the last ones. They're always the last ones. But the thing is, you know, don't get into no heavy debates. Show your mother extra kindness. Let her see that it's Islam that changed me. Because you remember what I was like before. You know what I was like before. Look at me now. Look at me now. You know, and whenever you see her, kiss her on the hand, kiss her on the head, tell her how much you love her. And it's okay. And just take it to the rug at night, that tahajjud, Allah loves tear mail. Tear mail, you know, He loves it. Cry out to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whatever language you know, whatever language you speak easy to, that you can talk to Allah sincerely and ask Allah to change the hearts. Really. My mother, my father died, didn't accept Islam. My two brothers died, didn't accept Islam. I have a sister and a brother left, and I'm still trying to call them. It's Allah who changes the hearts and makes the Muslims. We just have to pray, you know. But don't cut the ties. Don't do that. Keep calling. You know, how you doing, auntie? How you doing, grandma? Just call them to say hello. I love you. Let you know I love you. You know, go over. Share with them, but you know, try not to go like to the church or something like that with them. Don't do that. But you know, still visit the house and send messages of love. Yeah, that's the only way. What other way can you possibly think to do it? It just has to be through your character. They have to see that you changed. You know, like we're not coming home high anymore. You know what I'm saying? We're not coming home throwing up on the rug, making noise. You know what I'm saying? We're not staying out late, giving our loved ones, you know, panicking. Are you going to come home? Are you going to come home safe? You know, and then when you come home, we're not coming home arguing and yelling and screaming, you know, and fighting. We're not doing that no more, man. We're not doing that no more. And they see it. And they see it. And eventually, inshallah, Allah will soften their hearts. Alhamdulillah. Now, I'm going to pray for you, bro. I promise. I'll make a special prayer for you, bro, that Allah will make it easy for you and your family. I know what it's like. Been there, done that, brother. Been there, done that. Now, any other questions? Yes, brother.
How can you address a female in which she's Muslim? And she claims that when I die, I need to be buried as a Muslim. But you know for sure that if you tell her, she'll get emotional and cross to you.
Mm-hmm.
To know that she's not exactly a Muslim when she died, she joined another church.
Oh
yeah. Now, how can you address that kind of person? Because when you tell her that this is a rock on top of your head.
So she was Muslim, and then she turned to the church.
And she's keeping 60 Christian dad. When I die, I need to be buried as a Muslim.
No, she wants to be married as a Muslim,
Yeah.
but she's going to the church.
It's a lie.
That's not funny. I mean, we're laughing, but that's not really, it's not funny.
There's a lady who is married to a Hindu man, and she's about 75, she's from Cape Town. Her children became Hindu, got the father the same, but she keeps fasting all the time. Wants to be prepared as a Muslim. Because of the diversity.
Did you ask her why she's going to the church?
She just told me that the reason why she left Islam is because of my uncle,
Okay.
our father. He was very, how I can say, very harsh and brutal at the same time. So, I don't know the end of it, but she blames the father to leave Islam because the father is a Muslim. So she blames the father to leave Islam, to join the church. Yeah.
Just, the fact that she wants to be buried as a Muslim, that's saying a lot. That's saying a whole lot. It's just the thing I would show you, but I don't think I'm going to show you the Holy Ghost thing. I have this thing I'll show the Holy Ghost. I ain't going to do that now. But, the church, the activities at the church is really, the things that they do at the church. That's what I'm saying, we need to be more active. We need to do more things for the family, for the kids. Not just the 2 Eids, but we just, we have something, we have to do more. We have to do things, do outings, show the kids, especially, during Christmas time, we have to show the Muslim kids, do like Muslim camps or something, get them involved in doing something Islamic during that time, in the Easter time, whenever the Christians are having their big celebrations. We need to bring our kids in and explain to them why we're not doing that. Daddy, how come we don't have a big Christmas tree? Daddy, how come we don't get new? Will you say, baby, I get you new clothes at Eid time? But you have to be able to explain to your children, the reasons. You got the Hindus having different things, and the Christians having different things, and the Buddhists having different things. So we just have to explain to our kids. We have to explain to them and do things with them. When they have these big things, we have to do something with our kids. Because if we don't, we're going to lose them. But what I would suggest, just keep talking to her and tell her, inshallah, definitely will bury you as a Muslim, ask her, does she still believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is one? Does she still believe that the Prophet Muhammad is the last prophet and messenger? Ask her, does she believe in these things? And eventually, inshallah, maybe she'll come back. How long has she been out? For years? But she still says she wants to be married as a Muslim. Okay, alhamdulillah. That shows she has some love for Islam. Just like the sister, she's still fasting. She has some, there's some love that she has. You just have to pray for her.
The part you stressed on, we should keep Muslim company.
Now, you got to stay around the Muslims.
That thing creeps in a lot when you have, you're not supposed to look at there's too much of the other influence and less with Muslims. Sometimes you run here, you forget where you are.
No. It's important. And, the thing is that, remember that the wolf, he goes after the sheep, the ones that are alone. So the thing is that, and I don't hope I said it, I don't remember if I said it or not, that listen, if we sin and we fall, and we sin and we fall again, 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 and we ask Allah to forgive us each time, don't fall into despair, because that's what Shaitaan wants. He said, Joker, what's wrong with you? God can't forgive you no more. You done did this so many times. There's no sin bigger than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And stay with the Muslims. Don't pull yourself away. Keep coming to the masjid. Keep praying. Stay with the Muslims. Because when you get away, you farther away, and then Shaitan just takes you. No. Yes, brother.
I think in addition to
Okay.
to the brother,
Mm-hmm.
you see, it was through the frustration why the woman left the Christian community. But otherwise, she is still a Muslim. If my brother here would make the dua for her, she will return to Islam since she says she wants to be married as a Muslim,
Mm.
it means she is there through frustration,
Mm.
but she is a Muslim. At the same time, when our brother stands at Tahajjud and say, Ya Allah,
Mm.
this woman, she is a Muslim. A Muslim, born Muslim, will die Muslim and will never change despite the frustrations.
Indeed.
So when we make a dua, the
Mm.
woman returns to Islam.
Did you ask her why she wants to be married as a Muslim?
Over and over I asked that question, but just say that I do believe that I'm still a Muslim. But they keep telling her that no, you're not.
Mm.
The moment that you join another church, you completely erase yourself to be a Muslim.
Mm.
Completely. So right now you have to come back to Islam.
No,
Recite Shahada and forsake it, whatever you just believe right now.
no.
But it was like putting an oil in the back of water.
Mm.
Just bump it to her head and went back.
Mm. Inshallah, just pray for her, Akhi.
Inshallah.
We'll just pray for her, inshallah. Yes, brother.
In terms of brightness, can we do a specific action where brightness can come out from us?
Say again? Prayers?
In terms of brightness. Like
Pride, yeah.
pride. So can we do something, specific good action where pride can come out from our heart?
Yeah, Akhi, I do it all the time, Akhi. I move things from the road. If I see something in the road, I move things from the road. When I feel myself getting, I remember, I sit and I remember who I am, and I remember the time that I did something stupid. I'm constantly, it's a battle, jihad an-nafs. That battle of self, But just, trying to be humble, not wanting to be so gangsterish, not wanting to be so tough, what I'm saying? You got to fight that feeling. You said, just do small things. Do small things, and inshallah those things will become big. Give sadaqah, man. Giving sadaqah works miracles, really. And if you can't give a rand, give a smile. You know what I'm saying? And move something from, just do things that that will humble you. Do things that that I really don't want to do it. You see that piece of paper on the ground, and you say, nah, I don't want to pick it up. Let the man who does that pick it up. But pick that piece of paper up, put it in the trash. And that will bring, just to beat that pride, keep beating it till it's down. Because you're dealing with the ego too. You're not just dealing with pride. You're dealing with ego, you're dealing with a lot of things, Aki. And Shaitaan, he's good at it, bro. He's good at that whisper, man. He can make you think you Harry Belafonte or Washington, Denzel Washington or something. He can blow your head up, man, make you think you're something that you're not.
I don't know if I'm out of topic, but
No.
in terms of I read some ayat. It says that if you do good actions, definitely you will enter Jannah. But then I'm reading other hadith saying that you cannot enter Jannah through your action, but through Allah's mercy.
Definitely. It's called hereafter currency. When I mentioned about having all this material and this material things of the dunya, right? You have all these things, but what do you have for the hereafter currency? What are you going to spend what do you have? What good deeds have you done? Right? Because that's the only way we're going to get into Jannah is through Allah's mercy and forgiveness. But the thing is, what are the good things that you did in order to get Allah's mercy and forgiveness? What good things have you done to get that? What did you do to get that?
So full stop, it's through Allah's mercy.
Definitely. But it's also through your good works, because you can't do without works, right? Iman comes in threes, right? What you say, what you have in your heart, and your actions. So you gotta do good works in order to receive Allah's mercy and forgiveness. Yeah. And that pride, man, that pride thing that's a deep thing, man. That's a deep, because Shaitaan is real, boy. He be whispering to you, bro. He be whispering to me, you all that, bro. You say, yeah, I am. He say, yo, man, look at my soul today. I'm all that today. Yeah, man, I'm cool, you know what I'm saying? I done got this Quran, you know what I'm saying? And I'm doing this prayer, and I'm doing this, and you know what I'm saying? Whoa. Vanity. Gets you every time. Vanity, man, gets us every time. Shaitan make us think, whew. That's when you gotta say, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, son of Adam. Let me back up a little bit. You know this, why am I still talking? I'm asking questions, that's why I'm still talking. Okay. What was this one little boy was in the masjid, right? And he was praying. And some people came into the masjid and said, oh, look at this little boy, look at the way he's praying. Look how he's praying. And then he turned and said, and I'm fasting too. And I'm fasting too. Any more questions? All right then, thank you very much. Jazakallah khair. Inshallah, may Allah forgive me for anything that I said that was wrong, and anything that I said right definitely came from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Deen of Islam. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah.
Thank you for coming, brother.
No, thank you for having